Okay, another thing before I put the bed on, I want to fix this this mess of a wiring here. This was spliced and diced here to get a fifth wheel plug up in the bed right here. This goes up into the bed. I'm just gonna, I gotta redo all this. These connectors are junk. Probably just gonna snip it right here. I'm gonna take this harness out and the harness that goes to the plug. I've got new harnesses for each of those. I got a kind of a neat plug that'll that works like a factory plug. I'll show that to you once I get to that. But it's a lot neater, a lot cleaner, and a lot better than what's going on here. So I'm going to start cutting this all out, and then I'll get my new harness. Another thing that is kind of odd here is if you notice this plug, yeah, it says Ford. Someone must have wrecked the factory GM plug, and they screwed this one in with little screws, so I can't have no Ford parts on my truck, so I gotta get rid of that too. Alrighty guys, now I said my last video that I'm going to be able to start installing things back on the truck, getting it finally getting it out of here and out plowing. Here's the one thing that I'm going to install. It's a new receiver hitch. This is a CURT Hitch, 18,000 pound capacity. This is a commercial duty hitch. It's got the 2.5, just like all the newer heavy duty trucks. It's a beefy hitch. This thing's heavy. It's gonna be a struggle to get this thing bolted up. It comes with all new hardware there, bolts. You got some brackets here, and then you've got some instructions. It's pretty straightforward. It's just a hitch. It bolts in the holes that were in there from the old hitch. The only thing that's got me a little nervous is the factory hitch has got 2 bolt holes that the bumper bolt to, and I see there's no holes on this hitch. Not sure if that was for the actual hitch or if that was for structure on the bumper, but apparently they're not going to use them on this hitch. There is the old hitch, and you can see, comparing them, there's no comparison there. I mean, that's a heavy duty hitch. This one here is, like I said, the factory hitch. You know, I figure 12, 13 years of corrosion. You know, I'm not sure how bad the corrosion is inside this tube. You know, you got a big heavy trailer on, and you know, you don't know what you got for corrosion. It's not a situation I want to be in, so I'm going to upgrade the hitch and get a beefier hitch too. There's the holes that actually go to the bumper on this factory hitch, and like I said, the other hitch don't have them. Another thing, this hitch has a built-in deal to hold the plug. I've got something else that I'm gonna do there. I'll show you guys later. But that's the old hitch. Pretty much scrap steel now. 2-inch receiver. The other one's 2.5. So I'll probably have to run a sleeve for most of my receivers, unless I buy a new receiver, and I might do that. So I'm gonna get to installing this thing up here. I'm sure you guys don't want to see me struggle trying to get this up in there. So I think it's about 80 pounds. So I mean it's a heavy guy there. So I'm gonna try to prop this up, get the back bolts in, and then swing it up and around and get it hung on these front bolts. So I'm gonna probably do that, and I'm gonna be back. Okay, so there it is. It's not completely tightened down yet. The two of these bolts go into the bumper brackets right here. So I kind of got to wait to tighten everything down until I know it's going to fit through them. Struggled a little bit with this at first because the instructions are kind of unclear. First I tried to actually bolt this thing onto the original bolt holes. Okay, they used the original bolt holes for the two front mounting bolts, but the rear bolt is a little different. They go to this rear hole right here. It's kind of a bigger hole. The original hole is in front of it up there, so you're not using the original rear hole. So you got to go to these bigger holes back here, and they do supply a big flat stock piece like this here for reinforcement on the frame. So, and I got them there. I was a little worried when I first tried to get this thing up in there that I had the wrong hitch, but it's just they're using a few different holes. They're going back. They're moving the mounts back a little further on the frame, which makes sense to spread more load out. But so there it is. I'm just gonna hit them bolts with my impact just so it ain't kind of flopping around here. And I'll have to wait for the bumper to actually tighten them bolts up. So that's the install, guys, of a CURT hitch here. Much beefier than the original one. I'm gonna be much happier knowing that I got a nice heavy-duty hitch when I'm pulling something heavy and it's not rusted out. So I guess that's it, guys. I'm gonna continue bolting parts back on here. Okay, so I just wired up my trailer plug here. I believe this is what it should have came with factory, with one of these. Someone must have ripped the other one off or something, or when they put the gooseneck wiring in, they must have cut it out or something. But this is what it should have come with. This is what all the new trucks come with. It's a nice connector here. Weatherproof. It's got a nice seal. This actually plugs into the back of this trailer plug. So this is a factory replacement here. It's not a GM, but it's the same thing. And there's your 7-pin deal. So this is a nice, clean way to do it. Nice and sealed. You're never going to get crud in there because there's a gasket. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a gasket in there. So this is completely sealed up. So I used weatherproof connectors here to splice it in. They got the shrink tubing or whatever built right in. So these connectors should be nice and sealed too. So it plugs already. I'm hoping it's long enough. Not exactly sure how long. I don't know why they didn't put more of a pigtail on this, but after I got it all together and I kind of set it up here, I'm hoping it's long enough. That's why I haven't taped all this up yet. I'm going to tape all this up as soon as I find out that it's long enough. So this is not going under the hitch. This is going to go in the bumper, nice and protected like the new style trucks. No reason to have this hanging way down under here so it can get bashed off. So I'll show you that later on when I get the bumper. And yeah, this is pretty much ready now. I'm going to pull this ahead now. I'm going to bring the box in. It's full of snow, so I got to wait for that to melt out of it. But tomorrow should be ready to drop that bed on here. So I can't wait here because it's been a while. It's been like a month and a half now. Ridiculous, but I'm almost there. Almost there. Okay, so I almost forgot to show my gooseneck wiring. That's the plug that goes in the bed when you pull a fifth wheeler gooseneck. I found this kind of neat deal here. It plugs in to your original factory plug, this plug here, and then it's got another plug here that goes into your plug-in that goes into the bumper there, and then the wires, you run the wires up and you run this into the bed of the truck, and you got your 7-way trailer plug goes into your bed. All this is all sealed, factory sealed. It's all sealed up. It's not going to get corroded. All the connections are nice and sealed. These all have gaskets on them, so they're not going to get corrosion in there. So this is a really, really nice way to run your gooseneck wiring because it's all sealed. This is pretty much, you plug this in and it's going to pretty much last forever. So shouldn't have any corrosion problems or wiring problems. I got to wait to get the bed on because you got to feed this down through the hole, and you got to feed all your wiring through. You know, I'll probably run it down through here, down along the frame here, and then plug it into my deal here. So should be a nice clean way to do this. Much better than using these guys. This is ridiculous, and it's rigged up mess. Don't use these connectors, guys. These are absolute junk. You're asking for trouble. Asking for trouble using them. So that's it, guys. I guess that's it for this video here. Hope you enjoyed it here. Hope you found some useful tips in the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll be putting the bed on.